Hi, this is Cheryl at Sea Spirit Tarot, and this is probably going to be a little bit choppy, but I'm a little bit choppy today. I've been out on my bike in the rain, so I continue on through my lessons for the Thoth deck that I don't know, because I have a great fascination with Thoth of the Emerald Tablets. And this time, well, I'll get there. Let's get started on this other one first. But this deck is outdated because it's ancient, but it's farther ahead than many. And I just really like seeing what he had to say throughout this. So we'll get there. I know that it gets real monotone, and I do have to read what I wrote because you can't just throw back what Crowley says. And it's a lot. Maybe I'm not bright enough to even get it. I don't know. So a couple years ago or so, there was a woman here, Laura Tempest. What is it? Zaroff? She's written some books on witches' tools. And she was down at our local witchery store. And I went there. And I bought this picture. And she kept falling, she was falling off the wall. So I brought her up here to this room and trimmed her up. And this is, of course, Hathor. Look at her heart. I've still got a glare. I really changed the lighting around so that I know that even I'm kind of dark right now, but I noticed there was no glare on the cards. So anyway, that's curious. So I brought her and I trimmed her so she fit better in her frame. Hathor. The Book of Love, one of the writers, it is said, some places, of the tarot. And then one of my Christmas gifts I got was Hathor's crown, or whatever you want to call it. And Isis, I have an Isis up there. She's got the same one. All the same goddesses, just different energy aspects to create. And then also from this Laura, who I just showed you her name, also bought this shirt. We are the I. We are Aradia. And there's a website. We are Aradia. And I know I'm just a little light for December, whatever it is. I don't know, 17th or something. But I have my doors open and my fan running on circulate on my air conditioning, hoping I can get it to cool down, even though it's supposed to get in the 50s or something tonight. I mean, I was out on my bike in the rain and I wasn't even freezing. So, we started with Hathor. I guess that will be our goddess. The card that came out. Isn't that pretty? Openness. Openness. And I was listening to a thing the other day. You know, one thing I heard with the Arcturians and the Pleiades, you know, that's all outdated, but everything is on its own line. People are on different ones. And one of the what do you call them? I'm getting all fluttered. Not stations, but sites I listen to is Magnetic Pixie. And she channels the 9. And they actually are Arcturian. And she is actually Pleiadian. So, for all us old light workers, if you want to call us that, dream weavers, way showers that have been hanging around here since the 40s, 50s, and the 60s, we are so glad that the recruits or reinforcements, the reinforcements are showing up, because we've held a lot of space and we've held a lot of dirty karma for a lot going on this earth. And, you know, I just kind of got that. I hear other people talking about, you know, the starseeds or whatever, how they are holding energy and they are holding karma and they're releasing karma, and that they're going through a lot of this stuff while, you know, people that aren't aware or have absolutely no awareness of that. And it was like a light clicked on, you know, that so much of what in my life has been just so, was for the whole purpose, because I realized that I posted what was probably my favorite Christmas song, which was a little drummer boy, but I posted it by, oh, this is weird, the Country Music Association, and it was like tribal. And I think I've been a mystic since forever. It was, I have no gift to give, dum. It's just strange. It was a strange weekend, and I love it when they let me come up a notch. Yay. So that was our card, and what did I say? That was openness. Okay, so when we left off with our Thoth lessons, we left here at the Six of Cups, which is a card of beneficence, well-being, harmony of natural forces without effort or strain. So that must have been our take a deep breath. Now, this is going to be a hodgepodge. It's going to be, I'm trying to take these symbols in. I'm trying to give them out. Take what resonates. I mean, if you're even watching, this is part of my self-realization that I have to do this and post this. So if it works for you, that is marvelous. So here we come to the Lovers, which is a 6, which is a Gemini card in the major trump. Children of the Voice, Oracle of the Mighty Gods. Okay, it's Taurus. No, sorry. Mercury ruled, and Rahu, which is the North Node exalted. Rahu is the head of the dragon that's decapitated. Rahu's like running out into the jungle for experiences where Ketu would be like staying safely inside the castle. How's that for a thought? So this is the Lovers. So, let's see. We have the Orphic egg here, which he describes as looking like it came straight from the Magus. It's wrapped in a serpent, of course. This white eagle and red lion, somewhere later in the trump of enlightenment, they changed places. This is Cain and Abel, who they're out of the Bible or something. I didn't research Cain and Abel. Up here, I just know they call it when there's some kind of discord that they present it, because this whole card's about duality. And up here we have Eve and Lilith, and we have a cherub, but shooting with no obvious direct target, and the Hierophant presiding over the marriage. Okay? And he describes this as solvent and coagulation, but basically it's marriage and pregnancy. And the most important thing about this card, the main character, is the child of union. So it is a complete blending of duality of the parts of you, the opposites of duality. And you're doing it, I guess, with Rahu. So this is interesting. This is an interesting trip we have today, and I hope I'm not making it too confusing. So this is a 6. The next card we got is a 9, and 6 and 9's 15 always goes back to a 6. 6 represents love. What is 6? Love. This is the Magician. Now, prophet of the eternal, the Magus of the voice of power. I'm going to talk a bit about Virgo Virgin. This card, of course, represents Virgo and their steadfastness of how it has to be that way. Even for a mutable sign, they seem so extremely stiff to me. And in the Western culture, we've given virgin the idea of a sexual idea. Never had sex. That's what a virgin is. It's not what the Bible actually calls it as a virtuous woman. A virtuous woman and a virgin are not the same things. A virtuous woman uses her will in her experiences. And this is going to be important when we get to the next card, okay? The Magus of the voice of power. This is, here again, we have Mercury ruling and Mercury exalted. This is a double Mercury, Quicksilver of the mind card. And Mercury is the fastest rotating planet, and Mercury always travels right close with the sun. Okay? It's his voice to speak of. And this is gaining knowledge. Oh my gosh, yeah. This is gaining knowledge to increase your frequency. And I want to note out here that on his lantern, now there's some kind of, this is Cerberus, the triple-headed dog that guards the other world, the underworld, the one that Mercury and Hermes gave sweet honey cakes to when they went on their mission to rescue Persephone from Hades. We have some kind of sperm thing here, and there's something about...
Power off.
Oh, how nice. So, and there's something about his staff, which I can't even see his staff, unless this is it across here, maybe. Being some kind of sperm reference. These are sexual cards all the way through. But we also want to remember that Crowley lived before the time of quantum physics. He died before even the DNA structure was discovered, okay? But the hermetics and the alchemical magic of which he's working, this foundation, I think is an important part of knowledge for me. I'm not going all thelmic. I am that I am, you know, but these cards just fascinate the hell out of me. Knowingness. Lamp of the sun. Okay, I did the orb, the snake surrounding the egg there. The egg again with the orifice egg down here. Now I lost my place. His head is of Thoth, of Ibis, Thoth and Ibis head. Wander alone, bearing the light in thy staff, and be the light so bright that no man see thee. And I've talked about this before, about being a light. You know, sometimes we look into the light and we don't see what's behind the light because the light is so dazzling that it indeed is another veil against us. Okay, and that is all I'm going to say about I can't absorb a whole lot of these cards at once, but I will say we have a 6 and a 9. 6 and 9 is 15. Always goes back to the 6. 6 is love. And the third card that came out, and these cards have been sitting, for 2 or 3 days, and I keep looking at them. I go, oh, come on, Cheryl. So this one is 11. Isn't that the number of Archangel Michael? I get all their numbers and angels and everything mixed up. This is the daughter of the flaming sword. Most decks call this strength. This deck calls it lust. And where I had spoken before about the virgin. So here we have the whore, Babylonian whore, riding on a 7-headed beast, holding a grail. And I don't know what all this is down here below the bottom of the card. Is it ancestors? Is it unconsciousness? His tail, there's a serpent looks like in the sun, or with at least an orb around it. So the interesting thing about this is, and I'm going to paraphrase this, and I hope I can get it out right, that you have come through so many beastly experiences. You know, there is no wrong way, and this is a card of duality, and this is a card of looking for the light, that at some point in all your experiences, there is nothing left but to surrender. For having partaken of all, you become mistress of all. So see if I got that. Holy Grail, fantastic and terrible 7-headed. Reabsorption of all evolving life and consciousness into Binah, or what is that? I'm not saying it right. The very top heavenly crest of the tree of life. By being servants of all, now you are mistress of all with no attachment. We are consciousness, and the energy is here to serve us. Crowley describes, I wanted to say a couple things. One of the things, they're so funny reading this stuff. Harris to Crowley, November 30th, 1939. Why don't you like my egg question? Is it because you don't know the answer? I just think that's priceless. About this card, this is what Crowley, I'm going to read to you what Crowley told Lady Harris, the artist. Well, you must understand the feeling of it. Now, how do you feel if you see nice chocolates in there? You get them and how good they taste. That is a picture of how you feel about those chocolates. So it's satiation, satisfaction, it's being a master. I am a master. I am that I am. I know that I know. I allow with grace and ease. So that is our final card in the series today. Energy is here to serve you. What did I hear something the other day? God said, it was someone that had been studying in Buddhism or something, and the Guru said, there is life, go experience it. Okay, make it fun. It doesn't have to be so hard. And I think having strength as a lust card is really a validating thing. You know, we don't have to all run around here, and I'm speaking now here in the United States, we were founded on all these Calvinistic, Puritan principles that, I mean, everybody is just neurotic in their head. And by healing ourselves, we heal everybody else. I don't do a lot of ancestor work. My ancestor work is healing myself and elevating my frequency, because as I do that, that's going to have, what do you want to call it, the ripple back effect, and will heal the ancestors behind me. But I'm not staying suffering in their whatever it is. I'll complete their task if that's what the game is, but I'm going to complete it forward with frequency. I'm not going to stay hanging back in that suffering like we had the hangman, you know, of the outmoded suffering eon. This is the age of Aquarius, the age of Horus. Let's go. I don't know if I mentioned that the lamp of the sun carried by the hermit looks like to me an octahedron. This is a purple citrine, I believe. And this is an octahedron. Octahedron, can't see. Octahedron air. Air. So the lovers are air, the hermit is earth, and strength is the sun. I just thought that was interesting, because from what I read, that Lady Harris did not have a great spiritual understanding. It's almost as if, and maybe she did, she paid Crowley for him to teach her, and she wanted to do this deck. He wasn't like so gung-ho, because, you know, when you go into that hermetic order, I guess you make your own, everybody makes their own deck. So, I don't know, I just thought this really stood out to me, that this was an octahedron in his lap. Openness, stay open, allow with grace and ease, let it flow. So much energy coming in from the sun, on stargates, on, you know, whatever names you want to give it to validate it. But know that your frequency is increasing. It's getting better. We've come through the hardest stuff now, and there'll be bundles of surprises coming in the next year and a half. But for right now, we need to be true to ourselves, know ourselves. And where did I put my goddess of Heather? And you know what I forgot to do? is I have a Heather channeled CD that I've probably had for 15 years, and I play it all the time. And so I meant before I started this, wearing my basically Heather t-shirt, my Heather necklace with my Heather goddess. How did I pick this goddess? I don't know. She picked me. I remember Kimberly at the Witchery said, she's always liked Heather, but you know, she's pretty fertile, and that's enough for me to keep away from her. Well, I'm past being fertile in that way, so the fertility of her heart, I am more than happy to take. How did I end up with this goddess? I don't know. Someone asked me to do a goddess video, and I may well do that, but where I'm at is not going to be in all accordance with where some of the other YouTubers of the mystic realm are. But then again, that's okay too, right? Because this is part of my self-realization in taping these. This is not building an online business. I'm doing these Thoth cards for my spiritual journey. And if anybody would like to follow along, and they can get it from the keywords of which I'm given. And this is a dry subject. I want to tell you, I've watched a lot of YouTube Thoth study, and they were brilliant, but they are dry. But as dry as it is coming in, once it gets in there, it's like, aha, that fits. That's awesome. So anyway, blessed be to everybody. Thank you for joining me. If you sat through this, I am very grateful. And the next time I come on, maybe for a winter solstice reading, I don't know. But our cards for today, this one went from the complacency and the absolute contentment of the Six of Cups into integrating ourselves and birthing in the Orphic egg. Would that be us birthing in the aspect of Sophia of the universe? That'd be kind of cool, huh? Fumbling around here with the sun, trying to figure out soul source, why we are here, because sometimes these lights are so bright we can't really even see what the truth is. So being true to ourselves, and this being the month of the birth of the sun next week, and then the birth of the other sun a few days later. And there is no wrong way. Here she has tamed the beast by being, and it's all metaphor. It's all metaphor. One of the problems they have in the United States, or I think one of the problems Virgo has, is taking things so literal, you know? So here by surrendering and becoming one and rebirthing is where we gain our strength. Now, that's probably really sounded dumb to say that, and I have no way to know what to come after this, except that I am pretty sure that 11 is an archangel or a Metatron card. So that be it for now. Bless you. Have a great evening. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time. It's all about the